Hi, I'm John Scholes, CEO of the Downtown Seattle Association. Welcome to this episode of Seattle Speaks. I'm here at the new citizenM Hotel in South Lake Union with Juriana Spierenburg, the hotel manager. Juriana, great to meet you, and thanks for having us in this incredible space.
Well, thank you for coming. It's nice to have you.
Yeah, I just say, wow, when I walk in here. I mean, what you've done with this hotel is spectacular. The first citizenM on the West Coast here in Seattle, and you're open.
Yes, and we're very proud to be here as our first West Coast property in Seattle. It's such an amazing city, and I think for our brand, we always felt that it would be perfect to be in Seattle.
For those not familiar with citizenM, you're a global brand, and as I said, this is the first location on the West Coast in the US. What should folks know about your approach to hospitality?
So citizenM is actually for the mobile citizen. That's why we named the brand after them. And it's for the guests that want to travel in the most central locations around the world. And all our hotels have exactly the same rooms. They're with a big king-size bed, and they have like an iPad in the room where you can navigate everything in the room. You have a big rain shower. So the rooms are actually designed only to sleep and have a good shower in. And for the guests that want to spend more time in the social spaces and actually explore what Seattle has to offer. So the great culinary options, the restaurants and bars, and literally just come here and have a good night and be fresh to explore the city.
And the construction of this hotel is pretty unique. I remember watching it get built. It's a bit different. Talk about that.
Yes, so whenever possible, we try to build our hotels modular. So from breaking ground to actually opening a hotel, it should take up to a year. Which obviously decreases the construction costs. It also decreases the time to build the hotel, and it's also very sustainable. So the rooms are actually built in Poland and then shipped as containers, and then it's built up like Lego stones. So you only need to connect the electricity and the pipes, and you have an operating hotel.
So all of this came from Poland, what's above the lobby here?
Yes, exactly.
Wow. And this space is just phenomenal. I don't know, I'd call it a lobby, but I think it's much more than that. How do you think of the space? What's its use? What's happening here?
So we actually call it our living room. And it
much more appropriate than lobby.
It should be like your own living room at home, where you feel relaxed and you choose where you want to eat, work, play, and meet people. So we don't define where you need to have your meal, where you need to have your drinks, or where you need to work out from. You can have your breakfast, on the sofa. You can work at the bar. You can meet, people in all different areas of the living space. So it's a very eclectic, vibrant space that should inspire you to do whatever you want to do. And what I really like about the brand of citizenM, but also especially about the living rooms, is that you never feel underdressed or overdressed. I never feel that any of our guests is out of place. They can come from a 6-month backpacking trip from South America, or they can go to like an award dinner and have a drink here. And I think that creates very interesting connections in the living room. So when they have a drink at the bar and they tell their stories, we had some very interesting connections already in the past.
Yeah, I love that thinking and that approach. I feel very comfortable in my sneakers in
very good
in
to
your
hear,
living
me
room,
too.
so thank you very much. And this space is not just available to your guests, it's also available, as I understand it, as a co-working space?
So exactly. So the space is not only designed for our in-house guests, but also for the community. And we noticed that in all our hotels around the world, the co-working has become very attractive. So rather than denying that, we actually designed a working pass. So if you want to come and work out of the space for a day, it's $15. You can choose whatever location you want to work out from, and we leave you, working as long as you have a working pass.
So if you're not back in your office yet and you're tired of working at your kitchen table, this is a pretty spectacular place to be able to come and work for a pretty affordable rate.
And we have enough space, so you can definitely social distance with all of our ambassadors, and still enjoy the vibrant and eclectic space that maybe gives you some more inspiration to work.
And you refer to your team members as ambassadors, and they play maybe a different role than traditional hotel staff. how do you structure their role and responsibility in the guest experience with your ambassadors?
So as the name already suggests, we really see our ambassadors as the ambassadors of the brand, because they are the most crucial part in interacting with our guests and passing the brand experience over to them, and also getting the feedback from our guests. And we actually have multitask ambassadors, so they actually get trained in all the different areas around the hotel. So they're not just bartenders or front desk employees. They can help each other out, and so it never becomes boring. And when they come to work, they actually choose where they want to work today. So we give them a lot of freedom and empowerment to see this as their space. And that's why we also call them ambassadors of the brand.
Art is obviously really important to your brand and the experience, both on the interior and the exterior of the building. Share with us some of the works here and your approach to engaging artists in bringing their work into the building.
So we love to work with local artists, especially for the signature pieces. So the wall mural here is actually from James Ferrega, a local artist. And then also we have a big art piece around the building from a local artist.
And I love that one. I mean, it's so visible from many, many blocks. It really stands out in the city here.
Yeah, we really want to showcase that we're here for the community, and we also want to bring in the community to our place. And our founder is a big art collector, so he has his own art curator. So all the pieces that you will see in the hotel, some of them are even from his own personal collection. And then with the styling items that you see in the different nooks, we always try to have a theme for each hotel in each city. So here in Seattle, we needed to represent a little bit the tech, the quirkiness, the hipster lifestyle of Seattle. So we have like different things from like Back to the Future board, or like, I know an Apple computer, even though Microsoft is here, but we have like different little items that represent the lifestyle of the city.
You've had to take a number of safety protocols to keep your own team safe and your guests safe. What steps have you had to take? What should people expect as they come here, eat, relax, and stay overnight?
So the good thing about the brand was that we had self-check-in from the start. And we had a very tech-focused approach from the start, which actually proved to be pandemic-proof. So a lot of guests, when they come and check in, they think we designed our check-in process just for the pandemic.
This is how you've always done it.
This is how we always done it for 12 years. And what happened during the pandemic is like it was speeding up certain processes. So we had already a citizenM app in the making, but now it's actually finished and it got rolled out. So you can check into your room from the citizenM app. You don't even need to touch any of the computers. You can go directly to the room. So it's
sort of similar to how we've checked in to get on an airplane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can use your phone as a control for the room even. So you don't need to touch anything in the room, apart from the bed and the shower, to actually stay with us. And you can choose to interact with us or not. If you don't need any help at all, you possibly could walk inside the hotel without even having to interact with somebody, but our ambassadors are there to help and are there to make your experience.
Yeah.
And the only thing what we had to look out for is we had to remove some furniture and really lay out a path for once we get busy, so that there's a flow of how guests walk and they don't walk into each other. Then sanitizing stations everywhere, face mask requirement. And then we had to remove the bar stools. So we just had to look out for the updates of the state to then adapt to that. But in terms of the check-in and room experience, we didn't have to change so much. We had to remove a few items from the room. But other than that, we seem to be a pretty pandemic-proof hotel.
It seems like you had a lot in place that prepared you to operate in this time that we're in.
Yeah, not intentionally. We didn't prepare the experience to operate in a crisis, but it just happened that a lot of hotels need to now focus on how they can make certain experiences more tech-focused, so there's less touch points, and we already had that in place, so that was great for us.
Well, I really appreciate you having us in today, and congratulations on your opening and all you've done here. It's a spectacular addition to our downtown community, and I hope that folks come into downtown for a staycation, look to stay at citizenM, enjoy all that is open in downtown, or come for the day and get out of your kitchen and come work in this incredible space. I know that I'll be doing that in the coming weeks, and as I work in my kitchen office and out and about in downtown, and also would take the opportunity to be here. So thanks again, Juriana, for giving us time with you today. And thank you for joining us for this edition of Seattle Speaks.